Hey everybody, it's Birdy. So I said I'd be back if I heard from somebody that they wanted me back, so I've heard from somebody, so I'm back. If that makes sense. I haven't been here in a while, so I thought, why not? It's a Sunday afternoon. There's not much going on right now. I'm just folding some sheets and pillowcases. So why not chat if anybody wants to chat? It probably won't be a regular thing that I do, but once in a while I might come back because some people have told me that me being on here, even just chitter chatting or whatever you want to call it, babbling is what I call it, is worthwhile to some people. Maybe not all people, obviously not all people, but some people enjoy it. So I'm coming on to chit chat about my life and what's going on and all that kind of stuff. So yesterday, my ex-husband and his soon to be wife, as of next Saturday, had their wedding shower. It was actually a couple's shower, but I just went myself because Matthew had other plans. Um, it was pretty fun, I have to say. They had some interesting questions that my daughter Anna made up, and I actually won a mug, and I also won a what did I win? Tea, lemon ginger tea, I think is what I won. So that was fun. And I met some new people, so that was cool. I mean, I'll probably never see those people again. They're all the way out in where was it that I went? I'm trying to think. It was out past Bettendorf, Iowa. Um, it was pretty far. I can't remember it. It was like a 25-minute drive, so that was quite a hike. But it was enjoyable being with my kids and stuff, and I got to see Amber again, and Anna and Randy and Carol were all there. Carol's starting to lose weight now. Carol is actually in the middle of going through a divorce, which I have not been able to talk about on here until today. But now it's public knowledge, so there's no problem in talking about it. Um, anyway, at least I don't think there is. She hasn't said anything about, keep it quiet or whatever. She said that when it first started happening, but now it's not any big deal, I guess. Um, so yeah, that'll be happening, and it's really going to change the family dynamic at Christmas parties, because who all will be there? I don't know. My one daughter has a new boyfriend. The other daughter went back to her husband. This daughter's ending things with her husband. And my youngest daughter just wants to get a husband eventually. She's 23 and she's very involved with her church and her jobs and stuff like that. So she's doing well. I think she's doing better than any of us are, honestly. Um, that's Amber. She's doing real well. So then after the shower yesterday, everybody, except me, of course, went bowling. I was not invited. That's because, Pam is the new stepmom, so I don't figure into that equation. I'm just the one that birthed the kids, and then the stepmother comes along and, you know, does whatever a stepmom does. I mean, my kids are adults now, so it's not any big deal, really. It's just kind of odd, I guess, in general, for me to be included in my ex husband and his future wife's life in any way, shape, or form. And yet I'm glad I am. I'm glad there's peace between us. I adore Pam. I think she's awesome. I think if she wants to marry my ex husband, more power to her. I hope he treats her very well. So far, so good. Um, she'll never have to go through the pain I went through in my marriage, so that's a good thing. Hopefully she has nothing but happy days with him. I wish her no harm, nor do I wish him any evil either, because I'm not like that. I'm not vindictive. Um, I'm just thankful that they're including me, and that was cool. Anyway, so that was yesterday, the shower, and then today we didn't go to church today. Neither one of us were really feeling it. And then I went online and I watched the church that I go to, and they were talking about tithing. And then I turned the channel on my computer and I was like, I'm going to go watch a different church. And that church was talking about tithing. I think Matthew and I were kind of joking about how they're probably just talking about tithing because they're not going to get any money when Christmas comes. That might not be true. I don't know. But it was just a real big push for money, money, money today in the churches that I was watching. So um, I don't know. I have no problem with tithing. I believe in tithing wholeheartedly. I haven't been able to tithe because I don't make money like I used to make. And right now, my money goes to pay bills. So that's what happens with that. By the way, speaking of money, I do need to let you guys know I no longer have a PayPal. So don't send me any money to PayPal, okay? It will not go there. I don't have PayPal. Well, as of 2 days from now, I officially don't have it. But I took my charge cards off of PayPal, my bank account included. Everything is detached from PayPal at this point. So if you send me money, donations or otherwise, I won't receive it. Um, if you do want to support me in any way, just email me and we can talk about that. But there will be no more instant PayPal payments available. Hi, Maritza. You haven't been going to church for a long time. I understand. For a long time, I didn't either. There's certain aspects of church I really, really enjoy and get a lot out of, like the Valiant Women's group that I'm doing is pretty cool. Other than the whole fact that they keep talking about how we're awful sinners and how great God is and how puny we are compared to Him, and yet we are all carrying Him in our spirit, supposedly, and we're new creations in Him. So that will never fly with me for as long as I live and breathe. I'm never going to buy the whole we're all sinners and rotten worms and all that stuff. Oh, good. Okay. I don't think you should feel bad about it. I think fellowship is important, like having godly friends that you hang out with once in a while, that sort of thing. But as far as being in a building, no, I don't quite get into that either. So, I mean, yes, I enjoy it once in a while when I do it, but I'm getting to the point where, once again, some of the teachings are not lining up with my beliefs. So I'm having some issues with that. We thought about going back to the free angelical type church that we went to for a while. We've been talking about it. I don't know if we will or not. I'm not sure. I'm waiting to hear back from my friend about it. They are doing a marriage conference, which Matthew and I really like marriage conferences. We kind of enjoy going to those. And it's Gary Smalley, which Gary Smalley is a pretty good teacher. So, oh, Mormon churches, yeah. Yeah, you probably can have some pretty rough experiences in the Mormon belief system. I'm not going to diss on Mormons or anything like that. I'm not my heart to bash anybody, but I do know that I have studied Mormonism quite a bit, though I don't remember a lot of what they believe because it's not something I put a lot of focus on. But what I do know about it is a lot of people have been burned in that belief system. So, well, it's not for me. I'm not to join that type of fellowship. You don't trust any other religion right now. Gotcha. Well, you know what? God knows your heart. He knows where you're at. I get it. I totally do. No condemnation coming from me because I went for years without going to church. So my church, which was called Upward, closed down. And my husband and I were just crushed over it. So we didn't end up going to church anywhere for a long time. So I understand. And I'm not saying that you have to be in a building to worship God, or I do think it's important to be with other like minded people, but not necessarily in a church per se. Churches are good, they got their place. But like I said, I'm kind of getting very disillusioned again with the whole church thing. I'm kind of disillusioned with a lot of things, honestly. I'm disillusioned with YouTube. I'm disillusioned with people I thought were my friends that aren't. I'm disillusioned with people that said they were faithful to me and betrayed me. So, yeah, there's a lot of disillusionment going on. Welcome to reality and the world and humanity. And now I'm disillusioned with PayPal because apparently, if you don't buy their left wing belief system and you say things they don't like that aren't politically correct or leaning towards what they feel you should say or believe, then they have the right, they think, to go into your bank account and take out your money and fine you for what you said. So, yeah, I'm pulling away from PayPal. I want nothing to do with having my money withdrawn without my permission because I don't believe in what the worldly way of looking at things is all about. So that's why no more PayPal for me. I've discontinued it. Plus, all the times that I basically, was asking for people to support me, and then I was accused of stealing money from people that donated to me. Yeah, that's a done deal. Anybody that donates to me won't be anything to talk about on here anyway anymore because I learned my lesson with that. If they want to donate to me, they can privately message me and talk to me, and we'll make arrangements if that's what they want to do. But yeah, I don't have anybody clamoring at my door to support me anymore, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. But what is a big deal is if my bank account starts depleting because of somebody taking money out of it unauthorized, that's not cool with me in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, anyway, so latest breaking news for the DD Chronicles. I have started testing my blood sugar. I don't do it in my finger because I'm a big chicken. I hate poking my finger, but I do it in my arm, or sometimes I'll do it in my hand so I can get a good blood drop size. This morning, my blood sugar was 82, which is good for a morning blood sugar. I'm trying to find out where there's a towel. I can wipe up this water I spilled. Hold on. I will be back. There's a washcloth. That'll work. So that's blood sugar thing I'm incorporating into my weight loss routine, if you will. I'm doing every other day. It's called, what is it called? Alternate day fasting, which means one day I eat what the heck I want within reason, and then the next day I fast. And I don't totally fast. Like, it's not going to be a complete fast where I don't eat anything. It will be a 500, 600 calorie fast, maybe a little bit more than that, depending on how hungry I am. And yeah, but that's way less than like a normal, typical day's worth of required calories. So it's a fast regardless. Thank you for the 2 thumbs, by the way. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now, alternate day fasting. Yesterday was fun because I could eat what I wanted. I was at the shower and I had a brownie. I had some Swedish meatballs, barbecue meatballs, little mini meatballs. And I had ice cream with and it was Whitey's ice cream, so the good stuff. I'm not saying it's good for you, but it's good tasting. Vanilla, strawberry, Whitey's ice cream with some hard, like the shell. You pour the chocolate on and it hardens into a shell. Yeah, I had that and a little bit of strawberry topping. It's very yummy. And played some games, like I said. That was fun. And yeah, that's what I did yesterday. And today I ate, which I tried to get a picture posted on my community page. What I did was I took the picture and I put it on Facebook, and it would not work to put it onto my community page for some dumb reason. Sometimes my pictures don't save in my phone the right way, and then I try to upload them onto community page on YouTube, and they do not work. So that is what happened today with that. So I just posted it on Facebook, and if you have Facebook, you can click on the link and you can go and check it out. But what it was 2 hard-boiled eggs, half of a cucumber, and a whole tomato with some salt and pepper and some turmeric on it. And I ate that for breakfast. And then for lunch, I had, and then I had my milk with some protein powder in it. And it's pea protein, like chocolate pea protein, and it's really good. And then recently, around 2:30ish, I finished eating. I had canned chicken, about half a cup of canned chicken, and green beans and cauliflower. So that's pretty much what I ate today. I'm probably going to have a piece of bacon in a little while if I'm still hungry. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of a hunger thing. But I think it's because I'm going back into ketosis from not eating. So that could be it. I know people talk about fasting for like 36 hours. Yeah, forget that. That's not happening with this chick. I have a hard enough time fasting for 18 hours. I'm not doing any 36-hour fast. That's not going to be part of my repertoire. Not at all. Anyway, so tomorrow is a eat what I want day, which will be cool. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, Maritza. That's awful. That's so sad. Jeez. Yeah, I don't want to lose my kidneys. I don't want to have diabetes. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Sorry about your son. May God go in there and heal him and bring him back into good health. Give him wisdom. Give the doctors wisdom to know how to help him and treat him so that he can be comfortable. Okay, I am going to actually poke myself now. I hate doing this, but I want to test my blood sugar. So I got to get a good sized blood drop, which sometimes is hard if you're dehydrated, by the way. So don't try to do this dehydrated, y'all. It's a bad idea. So I want to get a nice big fat blood drop. And then I'm going to test with my little machine here. Okay, that was a good one. So hopefully it doesn't give me an error message again. 97. Okay. 97 is my blood sugar now. And I got my little chart book thing here to write it down in. No, it really is not a good idea to be overweight, extremely overweight. That's very true. And this whole fat acceptance stuff, I suppose if you can be fat and healthy, then more power to you. And I know some people are. I'm not. I have thyroid problems. I have cravings at times, although not as much as most people. And obesity is not my friend. I don't want to be obese. So, and I don't want to be overweight at all. So I'm working on that, and it's an endless battle, it seems. But one day that battle will end, and I'll be okay again. Hopefully at a normal weight and not struggling so much with everything. If I can stick to this alternate day fasting thing, which I don't see why I can't, it's just literally lowering my calories a little bit lower than the normal standard. I think I can do okay. I think I'll be able to beat this thing and live a nice, healthy, long life. Well, this really stinks. I can't find my glucose test thingy. Okay, I'm going to write it down in my book, my little journal here. So what time is it? Find out what time it is. It's 4:33. We'll estimate 4:30-ish. Let's see. 4:30 was 97. Blood glucose. And then this morning it was 82. That was the first morning. They call that the fasted glucose. I was actually in ketosis this morning and probably autophagy, actually. That's what your mother does? Yeah. Yeah, you got to keep track of it, especially if you're diabetic. I'm not diabetic, nor do I intend on becoming, which is why I'm doing this now, so that if I see any changes in my blood glucose at any point, I will know ahead of time. So I went out and bought this meter yesterday. It's a pretty nice one. It's called Rely On. It's not a talking one. It's just the classic one. Nothing fancy. But it's got some pretty easy to test with strips. You don't really need a whole lot. I'll show it to you in a minute. I can't get this thing in the elastic. It's so hard to do. They don't make the elastic wide enough to stick this meter in. I don't want to lose my meter, so I'm trying to put it in the elastic band properly. There. Okay. So this is what it looks like. If you can see, The little blood thing, the drop went right in here, the tip. But what I found out is that when it goes through the tip, it has to be in that square right here, or else it doesn't register. It'll give you an error message. You got to use a new strip, and it wastes a lot of strips. So you want to make sure you have a nice fat blood drop if you're going to test. And so I've learned that. But it's good when you can get the right size blood drop. It'll test it pretty accurately. So yeah, I don't know what my blood sugar did like after I ate, because I did not get a chance to test it because I was so dehydrated. I don't drink enough water, which is why you see me with water here drinking it. I was so dehydrated that my blood was not thin enough to pool into like a drop, I guess. So I ended up drinking water, and then I had a little bit of my smoothie, not smoothie thing, but my protein powder milk. And that gave me more viscous blood or whatever they call it. So I was able to test. So there we go. Anyway, diabetes runs in both sides of my family. My uncle is diabetic. I think one of my cousins is diabetic. My other uncle was diabetic. He passed away, unfortunately, but I don't know if it was due to diabetes or not. So that's on my mom's side. And then I don't know who on my dad's side, but somebody was diabetic there too. So yeah, I don't intend on getting diabetes if I can fight it off by lowering the sugars. I have been learning a lot about the whole insulin treatment with diabetes. And this made a lot of sense. I don't know if you watch Jason Fung, anybody that's watching me or watches me later. Jason Fung is really good about like intermittent fasting. Hi, Marley. I am well, thank you. I'm as well as I could be. Disillusioned by a lot of things. You'll have to rewind to find out what I'm talking about with that. But right now I'm talking about diabetes. So here's what doesn't make sense to me, okay? Because my husband's diabetic, and this has like been a battle for us since I met him, because he got diagnosed with diabetes right before we got married, I think. Anyway, he's type 2 diabetic. Now, I don't know if y'all remember way back when diabetes first became a thing. Only the type 1 people needed insulin. The type 2 did not. But now all of a sudden they're giving type 2s insulin. Here's my issue with this, and I agree with Jason Fung because I think he knows what he's talking about. I just do. What happens is when you are diabetic, your liver does not process glucose the right way, so it overflows in the liver. So it's like a bursting balloon. Like if you fill a balloon with water and it overflows, that's what's happening in your liver, right? So that glucose goes into your bloodstream. Then you go to the doctor, you have your A1C tested, they poke your finger, they test your blood, and they say, oh, you're type 2 diabetic. Now, they might give you metformin. We're going to go with insulin here because that's what my husband's been taking. When they give you insulin, what they do is they try to shove that glucose back into the liver. Now, mind you, the liver is already overflowing with glucose. So now you're trying to stuff this balloon full of more glucose, stuff it back in there. How well do you think that works? It just keeps overflowing. And eventually insulin, I believe, turns to fat. So what happens is the person that's diabetic, that's getting glucose, they're still not able to put that glucose into the liver. It's still ending up in the bloodstream. So it has to be packed away somewhere, and it turns into fat. So then the person gets obese, which means it makes his diabetes worse. And then they try to stuff more glucose in with more of the insulin. And they just keep raising the insulin on the diabetic person. Never really treating the root problem, which 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, is excess sugar in the blood because the person is eating too much sugar in the form of carbohydrates, in the form of sugars, whatever. Why don't doctors treat the sugar problem? That's pretty much it. Big pharma, doctors, etc. It's a money thing. And yeah, so this is my opinion before I get my channel knocked down because, oh my gosh, I went against the popular viewpoint. This is my opinion, okay? But I do think there is some medical proof and scientific proof that what I'm saying has some validity to it. So that's why I am against insulin, especially for type 2 diabetics that have not learned to control their sugars on their own through diet. I'm not saying it works for everybody, but I will tell you in my husband's case and in his friend's case, his friend was a type 2, and then I think he became a type 1 diabetic. Very, very sickly man, almost to death. Had gone through all kinds of complications. Pretty sure he was on dialysis, if I remember correctly. But he went to a whole food plant based diet, got rid of all the sugars, doesn't eat sugar at all anymore. And voila, he's not diabetic anymore. Go figure. Oh, and he lost all kinds of weight besides. Yeah. I was looking at some of my older videos. Some of you guys, ladies and gentlemen, have been noticing more of my videos popping up on my channel, if you watch my channel at all. I have been posting some past live streams. I posted some past book readings that I did. And I just sit and I watch some of these videos and I'm like, good God, woman, you were huge. I was so fat, so unhealthy during a lot of my past live streams. It just blows my mind because, like, I'm looking at myself now. My chin's pretty thinned out. I mean, I still have a little bit to lose here, but way, way better than I was in the past. A lot healthier than I was in the past. I still got quite a bit of weight to lose. I think I have to lose about 65 pounds to get down to 135, which is my goal weight. But I'm a lot healthier than I was back then. I lost quite a bit of weight from the time I started my whole program of trying to lose the weight in front of all of y'all. And then I got COVID and got really sick. And I thought, uh-oh, I'm going to gain all the weight back. But no, I didn't. I stayed the same through COVID, the same weight. Almost exactly on the dot. You're trying hard to control your sugar intake. Get substitutes. That's my honest advice to you. Just don't eat the sugar. Find substitutes. Learn recipes if you have to. You can make almost anything that you can buy in a store yourself a lot healthier. Trust me on that. I know. Having a diabetic husband and being on a weight loss regime myself, I can tell you I have learned to substitute almost literally everything on the market. And it's palatable, it's tasty, and it's so much better for you. That's what stevia is for. I'm not saying overindulge in stevia either, because actually stevia does raise blood sugar a tiny bit, but not as much as some things do. I actually watched a video yesterday. It was very, very interesting. This guy saved me a lot of trouble because I probably would have done this at some point if he hadn't. He actually tested his blood sugar and then he used coffee and he would put different sweeteners in the coffee. And he used stevia, he did equal, he did sweet and low. I mean, the main sweeteners. And the one that raised his sugar the highest was this type of syrup, which I don't even think is available in the United States, or at least not in my state. But it was really, really high. It raised it like maybe 20 something points, his insulin, or I mean his blood glucose. So obviously, don't put syrup in your coffee of any kind, even if they say it's healthy. The sugar, of course, raised it quite a bit. Stevia was maybe a few points. Sweet and low was maybe a few points. Oh, gotcha. Well, currently I weigh 189 and trying to get down to 135. Well, at least I weighed 189 a few days ago. I haven't stood on a scale yet, so I think I may have lost a pound or two since then. That was at the doctor's office, though. But I used to weigh 214 pounds, 217 pounds, around that. So, yeah, I've come a long way, but I still got a long ways to go. And that was several years ago. So it's a hugely slow process, y'all. It's not something you're going to do overnight by any means. I think the biggest thing is to learn what works for you and apply it and make sure it's healthy. You used to weigh 189. Well, there you go. There's hope for me yet, isn't there? I'd be happy just to see a 170 on the scale, but honestly, I don't even use the scale anymore. Hardly ever stand on my scale. I get weighed at the doctor's. I don't even bother with my scale. I would rather have like a scale where you slide the things and you get more of an accurate interpretation of your weight. But I do like waist measurements and things like that once in a while. I'm really not hung up on the measurements right now. What I'm really focusing on is sticking to this alternate day fasting thing that I'm doing. And just really being sensible, especially on my eating days, to eat enough calories. So I'm supposed to be eating, I believe it's 1,609 calories on my eating days. Well, technically every day, but I'm fasting like with 500, 600 calories on the other days. So yeah, it's quite a bit of a drop on my fasting days, but on my eating days, I have to eat the right amount of calories because otherwise my body's going to think I'm starving and it's going to hold on to fat, and that won't be a good thing. It'll defeat my whole purpose of doing what I'm doing. So that's what I'm doing there. Um, so anyway, yeah, this guy tested the sweeteners and found out that artificial sweeteners do raise your sugars or your blood glucose quite a bit. Not as much as I thought they did, but then again, if you're talking about soda, that is concentrated sweetener. So that may as well be sugar. And what happens is when you drink diet pop and you're trying to lose weight, your body interprets that sweetener like it's sugar. So your body's like, oop, we're getting sugar coming in. Come on, we got to raise the insulin to deal with this sugar. We got to make sure we put it wherever you put pop, I guess, in the liver. I don't know where it's processed, but they rev up the insulin, like higher it. And then there's no real sugar coming in. So it's like a false alarm. So it's like, oh, well, that was a false alarm. We'll just store this. And you know what it stores as? Fat, y'all, fat. That's why a lot of people drinking diet pop are still obese, because it's storing it as fat. So, you know, you got to do research. You got to learn a lot about it. In my opinion, if you want to lose weight and you want to be healthy, learn your body and learn what all the information says out there. Watch some of the videos of the people that are, as they say, in the know, that have actually, you know, researched this stuff and done the scientific studies. That's why I like Jason Fung, because he's pretty smart. He knows what he's talking about. Then I was watching Dave Asprey. He's pretty interesting too, but he was talking about smoking mushrooms and ayahuasca or something like that, and doing LSD. And I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go into all that nonsense. Sorry. No, that's not for me. But he did have some good points about fasting and things like that. One thing he did say that I agree with is that 2:00 should be the high point of your eating. And you should pretty much be done eating like shortly after, probably 4 or 5. And then that's it. The idea is start eating when the sun comes up. If you don't want to fast breakfast, some people do, some people don't. On my eating day, I don't fast breakfast. I eat around 10. And then by 2:00, I'll have my big meal, sometimes a little later than that. And then once the sun starts going down, especially once it's down, no more eating for me. I don't eat at sundown. I don't eat when it's dark out. I just don't. Because to me, that's a sign that my body's starting to slow down and it wants to sleep. And that means it's time for it to process all that food I ate during the day. So that's how I look at it. Anyway, this is such an unpopular subject with so many people. They don't want to hear about this. That's why I'm losing people from the viewership, I'm sure. Plus, they don't like me, so whatever. People are here that want to be here. That's the way I look at it. And if there's one person, then there's one person. If there's 10, there's 10, whatever. This is really interesting to me, though, all these things I've been learning, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because maybe there is somebody out there that, you know, wants to hear this. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Marley. I appreciate that. And Maritza, thanks for being here, and thanks for chiming in. Even if the two of you are all that talk to me today, I'm cool with it. I appreciate having anybody to talk to when I come on. So anyhow, and I don't come on here that often anymore because, frankly, it's just like, I don't know. I don't really have much to talk about, and I don't want to sit on here and talk about nothing. There's no point in that. So, yeah, I've been doing that. That's what I've been spending my time on. And I think it's good for me to come on like every once in a while after enough has gone on in my life that I can talk about. Yeah, rather than just coming on every day and sitting here going, I got nothing to say. Yeah, now I have plenty to say. I talked to you about the shower. I talked to you about my weight loss efforts. Oh, and my newest endeavor to lose weight is my rebounder. I have, here, I'll show you where it is. This little one right here. See that little trampoline right there? That's a rebounder. It's fun, but it is a lot of work. Don't let anybody tell you that rebounding is not exercise, because it's definitely exercise. This morning on Sundays, that's my Tai Bo day. So instead of watching Billy Blanks, who's the main Tai Bo master, I watched his wife, Shelly Blanks, I think her name is. I think that's her name. Don't mark me on that. I'm not sure. But they make you work like your tail off if you do Tai Bo. And this was only a 10-minute workout. So it was exhausting though, y'all. Very exhausting after only 10 minutes. But when you're fasting, you really don't want to work out like feverishly where you're sweating and you're exhausted because you're not putting enough calories in that you really need to be trying to burn off a whole lot of stuff. Do that on your days when you're actually eating. That's when you want to do the workout, the heavier workouts. So yeah, the Tai Bo was enough for me. 10 minutes was good. I don't need to do anything further today as far as working out or movement. And I was putting my laundry away. That was also a workout. And I did some dishes today, so I accomplished that. So yeah, as far as church goes, I'm talking to my friend Amy about coming to a marriage seminar that Gary Smalley is, I guess he's the leader of it. They probably watch videos or something, which is just as good. I like watching Gary Smalley on videos. It's fascinating. He does the whole love language thing, which even if you're not a Christian or a Bible follower person, a lot of people follow the love language thing because it helps them understand the other person and what makes them tick and how they can meet the needs of their significant other. So Gary Smalley's really good with that. I'm looking at a book. I need to return to that church too. It's called The Spirit Controlled Temperament by Tim LaHaye. He's another really interesting person to listen to. So I probably bring that book back if we go back to the church for a visit because I owe them that book. I just borrowed it. I just forgot to return it. I returned all the other ones though, so that's good. So I did find out our local library has turned into a doll and toy museum. We no longer have a library over where I work, and that's kind of sad to me because I really liked that library. That was a fun library to go to. It's a little one, but I like little. Little is nice and quiet, and nope, it's not a library anymore. And I have no real need to see toys or dolls in a museum. I might just for the fun of it. My husband and I can go up and check it out someday. But it's really not my thing. Although maybe I'll see something I like. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, what else is new? I don't know. What's going on with you, Marley and Maritza? I like your name, Maritza. That's not a name you hear very often. Marissa, I hear that name quite a bit, but not Maritza. Anything new with you guys? Anything you want to talk about, chat about, whatever? I saw this new thing. So they went from counselors and therapists to life coaches, and now there's something called a change coach. It's only like a couple $1,000 to train to be a change coach. Yes, I looked into it. No, I will not be doing it. I don't have $1,000 or $2,000 to do the training. Although, honestly, if I had that money, I would definitely look into it because I think I'd be a good change coach. I'm all about helping people change. I don't like it when people come to me and they stay the same because they don't do the work to change, you know? So I think that'd be right up my alley if I could afford to become something like that. And maybe even my training would transfer over in some way. Oh, you're fighting a cold? Oh, good. You're enjoying your granddaughter. I know. I think, I don't remember for sure, but I think I posted some of my videos of Madison when I was taking care of her. I may not have yet, but I plan on it at some point. I literally have to go back through all my videos, including live streams, and rewatch them to make sure I didn't say anything that can rile anybody up online and upset anybody to come and attack me some more. That's why I have not posted a lot of videos. And the fact is, some of them that I posted may have something that offends somebody in them because I haven't sat and watched every single thing. But if it looked like something that was fairly innocuous, like book readings, then I posted it because I want to get my channel back up to, having something on it, some kind of content. Oh, you got sick from your granddaughter. Yeah, I remember Maddie used to get me sick a lot too. That happens. Yeah, and working in a library like I do, I have lots of people coming in and out, and I wear my mask like all the time. Because I can literally, as soon as I walk through the door, I can just feel the germs just, stick to me and try to engulf my lungs and my nose and my mouth. And so I just keep my mask on just to be on the safe side. I don't want to be sick again. That was miserable. I don't ever want to live through that nightmare again. I did post some of my virus videos, the ones that I was really sick in, and when I was trying to recover, when I was filming, I did post those up there, some of them. I think I did post a few of the videos where One Love and I were together because she was like one of my favorite friends and favorite people, and I'm still sad over that. I will always be sad over that situation because I still don't understand what happened. But when we were friends, we had so much fun together. I trusted her so much, and she trusted me, I thought. And we just had a good time. And when she came here, we had a blast. And at the hotel, we had so much fun swimming and just giggling and acting silly. Yeah, I'm always going to miss her. Let's see. You can't imagine people are still. Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, yes. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to, Marley. I wish I could avoid it as well. But when you're a creator or a host of a channel, you're going to run into people that don't like you. It's just par for the course, unfortunately. That's just life. And you just kind of take it in stride or you fight back, fight or flight, And I think I flighted for a while. And I'm not really fighting now. I'm just popping on every once in a while and doing uploads, and mostly uploads and some short videos. But I just thought I'd come live today because I'm kind of bored. I don't really have anything else going on right now. It's Sunday. It's lazy Sunday afternoon. Like I said, I didn't go to church. I watched church on TV. I did some dishes, did a little bit of my workout and my fasting foods. And yeah, so just passing the time basically till it's time to go to bed or munch on some bacon. Either one. I don't know. It's going to be a while before bedtime, so I can't imagine I'm not going to be wanting something to eat. And I'm not torturing myself, making myself suffer through a fast or, anything like that. But it is true what they say about if you do fast, your body gets used to it and you stop thinking about food after a while. That's how people can fast for like weeks and weeks at a time and days. Yeah, that's not me. I will not be doing that, so no worries there. But your body does kind of adapt a little bit when you have to go without. But I'm not forcing my body to do that. If my body's hungry, I shall be eating and feeding it. So, yeah. Anyhow. And protein is the best thing I can feed it, especially before bed. I think the biggest problem I have had with fasting so far is sleeplessness. You don't sleep very soundly when you don't have enough calories in your body before you go to bed, I notice. And when you're fasting, you don't have enough calories because your body's already burning them for ketones, which makes you very hyper alert, by the way. Oh, Diet Pepsi. Any type of Diet Pop. Oh, not good. Not good. Not good. But I do understand. Diet Pepsi is hard to give up. I like the taste of Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke. Diet anything. Can't say I never drink it, but I haven't in quite a long time. They say that you're better off drinking the real thing, but in my opinion, you're better off drinking neither, because one has super amounts of sugar, like 8 teaspoons of sugar or something in it, and the other one has artificial sweetener, making your body think it's sugar. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a crime if you drink it occasionally. I don't think it's healthy for you. That's all. But then again, half of our vegetables aren't healthy for you because they're spraying them with Roundup spray, which I believe produces glyphosates, I think is how you say it, which is causing all kinds of health issues for people, including being linked somehow to cancer of different kinds. So I am very big on as much as I can organic. Not that I eat everything organic because I can't afford that. The things I don't get organic, I peel if I can. I don't eat peels anymore of things because I know they're sprayed. Try to grow my own garden. Of course, I have my spaghetti squash that I grew, so I'm eating my own spaghetti squash now, which is nice. I am trying to let it get yellow though before I keep eating it. I would rather have it actually be like the stuff in the store, at least look like spaghetti squash. But I did eat some the other day and it was absolutely delicious. I had some sour cream and some spaghetti sauce with it. Ugh, so yummy. And some Parmesan cheese, of course. Um, yeah. So anyway, I am, let's see. You've been putting beets in your set. Yes, beets are super good for you. Beet juice is very good for you. That is so true. Yep, yep, yep. Very good. So yeah, I don't know. Matthew and I were talking about putting a wall up in the living room between the living room and the kitchen. Like, we might buy like a room divider type thing instead of these sheets that we have hung up that people hate. Oh God, they have sheets hanging on their wall. Yeah, I don't really like them either. But when we had air conditioning, that was the only way we could keep it cool enough in here. Now we don't need air conditioning. It's nice and cool out. It's comfortable. The sun is shining right now. It's beautiful out. And it hasn't been super, super cold where I can actually leave the screen shut and open the door once in a while until Matthew complains because he's in the back room doing his games and relaxing and stuff. And then it gets super cold back there. So he comes out, you got the door open again? And he'll shut the door on me. But when he's not here, I definitely keep the door open so I can get some nice fresh air blowing through. And it's good to breathe in fresh air. Sit in the house all day, it's not cool. You need to get that vitamin D and the fresh air, which I got earlier because we went to, that's what we did yesterday also. We went to the laundromat, did our laundry. The laundromat actually has a store near it. So you can literally walk through the laundromat into the store and pick out whatever you want. So we bought some drinks, which actually I gave him my drink. I forgot to tell him that. But there's this thing called Replenish, I think, and it has sugar in it and it has sweetener in it. And when I was fasting, I was like, I really don't need to be drinking that. And I was going to include it into my fasting meal today till I realized that's probably going to raise my blood sugar and probably throw me out of ketosis. So I didn't want to do that. So I gave that to Matthew. Pretty sure it's in his refrigerator right now. But tomorrow, I can eat what I want. As long as I don't go like hog wild way over my calories, which will kind of defeat my whole purpose of fasting every other day, I can eat my lemon jelly roll. I love jelly roll. I love anything super lemony. Lemon cupcakes, little tiny cupcakes with lemon frosting. I am a lemonholic. I love it. I think one of my cats is trying to get in. I will be right back. I promise. Let me let the cat in through the door. Oh, it's Mav Mav. And it's Momo. Anybody else? Where'd Bobo go? Hi, Nene. You guys coming in to eat soon? It's probably about that time, isn't it? Maybe not. You guys are just lounging on the floor, I guess. No, they're not hungry yet. It's too early, probably. Oh, maybe not. It is 5:03. I can't believe it's 5 o'clock already. Wow. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? So also, I told you guys I put a lot of my dishes and bowls and stuff out in the shed. That has been bliss as far as doing dishes. It's hardly any dishes to do. It's wonderful. I don't even mind doing dishes when they pile up anymore because they don't pile very high, you know. So yeah. So I did the laundry. We hung it out on the lines. That's what I was telling you. We went to the laundromat and we were going to dry it. And then Matthew was like, I just want to go home. So he hasn't been feeling really well. He's been under the weather a lot lately. So I hung the stuff out on the line, all the lines in here and then over the shower bar, over the bathroom door, and over all the clotheslines out there. I think we have like one on the side, one across the front, and then one over here. I covered the lines in clothes. So this morning everything was dry. So I was in my bedroom folding it and putting it into the drawers, rolling it actually, and putting it into the drawers. So I did that today. I got a lot done today actually. Tomorrow, yeah, very productive. Tomorrow my husband is going to an eye specialist. He went to the eye doctor. He has a spot on his retina, which they're watching, but now he has to go to a specialist and make sure everything is not progressing in a bad way, which is why we're trying to get these sugars under control. Because I guess once your eyes start getting bad, it can get worse, and we don't want any more spots near his retina. It's like right near the center vision line, whatever that is, in the it's called an optoscope that they use. Now they don't just do the regular tests; they have this inner eye x-ray machine. It's called an optoscope. At least here we have it. And he had to have his eyes dilated so they could look deep inside his eyes into his retina. And so they saw a spot on his retina. And yeah, so they did that test and they looked into his eyes and they said, now you have to go to this surgeon place and make sure everything's okay and it's not producing more spots and that it's not something really concerning. We don't want him to lose his eyes. He's definitely been having some trouble in his left eye where things are blurry. He is going to get some better prescription glasses, so that'll help. Yeah, thank you. Prayers are definitely a concern at this point. So that's tomorrow. I think it's 9:30. I got to take him there for that. Get that tested and see if everything's okay. Yeah. As you know, I had a female exam a while back. I don't remember if I ever told y'all that it was negative. So everything's good. I had my mammogram that was negative. So all is well health wise for me. I'm very happy to say. Still working on that weight loss thing, and that will definitely help continue, I believe, to make these tests normal and not have something awful happen with them. Cancer is a concern for me because of my mom having chemo again. Her cancer came back. I don't even like calling it her cancer. The cancer came back and she's fighting it again with chemo and radiation. So yeah, as you get older and you start learning that the body starts tiring out, breaking down, you want to take even better care of it. At least I do. So that's what I'm trying to do, is keep everything running efficiently like a well-oiled machine, as they say. So that's what's happening here in this household. Trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you. All the kitties are doing well. We have 5 now, in case anybody's like, oh, they got all these cats. Nope, just 5. We have Momo, Maverick, Neo, Michi, and Bo. That's it. Teddy passed away, unfortunately. I miss him every day. Every day I go out to the yard, I say, Teddy, I miss you. You know, rest in peace, Teddy. It's sad. It's really sad. So yeah, kitties are good. Everybody's doing well. I don't know what they're going to do once they can't go outside anymore, because they absolutely love being out in the sunshine, basking on the couch out there. And, you know, so pretty soon it's going to be cold and there'll be snow falling. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Not just the snow, but the cold. It gets so cold here. And I got to be careful of my fingers because my pinky fingers have arthritis in them. They don't look arthritic, do they? I mean, they're not crumpled up like I've seen some arthritis fingers. They're pretty straight still. Well, nails are pretty good too. Except that one. But that one's pretty good. Yeah, I need to paint them again. Sometimes I just let them breathe. I want to put polish over my pores all the time in my nails. So, yeah, anywho. I guess that's it. All that I have coming up that I know of is my husband's appointment tomorrow, and then I have Valiant Woman tomorrow, which my friend Lisa's coming and taking me to. And after that, I think just the wedding that's coming up. I don't think there's anything else. After that wedding, we have a marriage counseling appointment. We have a new marriage counselor. What, Mia? Mia? Come here, buddy. Yeah, were you eating or drinking some water? Come here. Come say hi. Yeah, come here, Mia. Mia. He's getting big. He's getting big. He's a big boy. Mia, Mia. Yeah, they're not arthritic. And I don't have like pain when I write or do anything with them. I do get pain in the cold though. It gets really bad, burning pain. It's awful. Oh, that's what happened to me recently. I was going to tell y'all. So, and I don't know what caused this. The other day, it was like right after a fasting day. It could have been I just ate too much all in one day because it was an eating day, a feeding day, whatever. But I ended up with the absolute worst stomach spasms, like right in my stomach, right below my ribs. I thought I was going to die. It hurt so bad. And what was weird about this, the stomach spasm would last literally a minute. Like you could time it on a timer, which I did. And then 2 minutes would go by after the stomach thing let up, and there'd be 2 minutes with nothing, and then another minute would happen, and bam, right back into the spasm again. So I ended up going to the doctor. They gave me this medicine called dicyclamine. I don't know how you say the word. Anyway, it's an antispasmodic. It's to calm down the stomach. What I didn't know about it is it makes you feel drugged, like really badly drugged. And thankfully, I took it at night, but it messed with my breathing somewhat and it scared me, which most medicines like that do anyway. But first, I didn't want to take it, so I went next door to my neighbors. And they're like, well, we both have taken that stuff and we haven't had any side effects from it. We can't say you won't, but all you can do is try. So I did. I took it, and yeah, it made me feel real spacey and real icky. All of a sudden, I started getting real panicky. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to lay down and go to sleep because I'm going to sleep this off if I can. Um, and I did. I turned on the Honest Guys, which is my meditation thing, and I sacked out. I went to sleep. It was a really good night's sleep. I don't remember waking up at all. It really knocked me for a loop. But then I woke up in the morning, no stomach spasms. I thought, well, the stuff just hasn't worn off yet. Wait till it wears off. Then I'm going to be in a heap of pain. Nope, nothing. No more stomach spasms at all. So I don't know what caused it. They started thinking maybe I had gallbladder problems. They didn't test me for it or anything. They just said, take the medicine. If it gets worse, definitely come back in, go to the ER. It didn't get worse. So here's hoping it was just really bad eating or maybe food poisoning or something that day. Because I did eat a lot that day. I really did. That was the first time I tried this alternate day fasting, and I was like, oh, I can eat. I think that was on Saturday. And oh my gosh, I must have did myself in. I went to the pantry, and they didn't have a lot of food, but they did have that lemon cake, and they had brownies, and I had a little bit of that. They didn't have a lot of them. But I did eat a lot of other food. I had my squash and I had other food too. Hopefully the squash didn't cause it, but I had that squash before and it didn't cause any problems. So I don't know. But yeah, that was miserable and very scary. I thought I was going to end up having to have my gallbladder out. I mean, that happens to people, obviously. But so far, so good. Hopefully, with my new regime of watching very carefully and monitoring my blood glucose and stuff, that I will probably be able to avoid any future attacks like that. Here's hoping, because spasms hurt really bad. And yes, arthritis hurts everywhere you have it. Very true. Thankfully, I only have it in my two pinky fingers and in my lower back. But the lower back, as long as I'm exercising, doesn't seem to bother me so much. And they have said to me, doctors have told me, the best thing you can do for the type of arthritis you have is stay fit, of course, lose the weight so you don't have extra baggage carrying around the hips, and also keep working out as much as you're able. Don't overdo it, of course, but work out as much as you can. And keep the muscles strong in that area. So, so many muscles in the back. And in fact, I've been learning that exercise is not really a good way to lose weight. Watching what you eat and eating sensibly, cutting back on some of the carbs and especially the sugars. But exercise is great for the muscles. That's why everybody needs to exercise as much as they can, doing what they can, because it strengthens your muscles, which, yes, of course, muscle burns fat. It doesn't do it super fast. But exercise definitely will bring strength to your body. And as you get older, you don't want to be, crooked over like that. You want to be able to sit up nice and tall and walk straight and not fall and hurt your hip and break your hip. And there's so many people I know, even my age in their 50s, I'm 56, that they fall and they fracture their hip. They fall and they break their knee. And I'm like so thankful to Yahweh that I have not had that problem, that I have not fractured a hip. I haven't broken my knee. I don't have flabby wings on my arms. I do lift dumbbells still. I have them right under here, as always. I have a day for everything I do. Like today was Taibo. I don't remember what tomorrow is. I have it all marked on my phone, and my phone's in the other room. I'm not going to go get that right now, but there's a day for Zumba, a day for Taibo. There's a day for dumbbells. There's a day for walking. I mean, I have a day for everything, and it all pops up on my alarm on my phone, which people laugh at me. They're like, "How many alarms do you have on your phone?" Literally, my phone goes off like every half hour with something to do. Drink your water, do your Taibo, eat your meal. I mean, literally, I have it timed on my phone with an alarm every half hour, just about all the way up until bedtime. I even put get your honest guys video or whatever. Yeah, video. Get your honest guys meditation video ready. Ugh, ouch. That would hurt, Marley. I'm sorry that happened to you. I can't even imagine. What are you yakking about, Mr. Man? And these guys, Maverick especially, needs to be neutered, and we can't get him in for a long time. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. Right now, we're just trying to keep him happy because he is having some issues with that little problem, aren't you, Mavi? Hi, honey. Oh, I didn't even see Connie. She's blocked in here. I would have liked to see what your message was, though. Yeah. She's blocked. I can't see her. If she's being nasty, that's just her being her. It's what she does. It's whatever. Go find somebody else to pester, Connie. It doesn't work on me anymore. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, define troll. To me, a troll is like an unknown person, isn't it? Like somebody that you don't know. She comes in her actual name. I just think she's a bit unstable in some ways. I don't know. There's a lot of people with different issues on here, bipolar and things like that, that they're nice to you 1 minute and then turn on you and rip you to pieces the next. Welcome to YouTube and life in general, really. Although, honestly, in my real life, I don't have that problem. I wouldn't tolerate it if I did. I'm trying to encourage my daughter right now to ditch a narcissist that's in her life. So, yeah, I don't put up with that. Honestly, when I used to say you can just hit the X and everybody just goes away, I mean that now. I really do look at it that way because I don't come on here that often. When I do, if somebody wants to harass me, they're probably blocked already, so I can't see them. They can just go bother somebody else that wants to give them the time and the attention. Right, right. Yeah, Mavi. Mavi loves me, don't you, Mav? He's a good boy. Mommy is a rescue mom. I rescue the kitties. Except I'm not taking in any more kitties. 5 is more than enough sometimes. Especially in the morning when they want in and out of the window. They want outside and then it gets too cold, so they want inside. And wakes up Matthew and he gets upset with me. So, yeah. That happens, huh, buddy? We just deal with it. Yeah. Anyway, what else is happening in your necks of the woods, y'all? Well, that's the wonderful thing on YouTube about blocking. You don't have to ignore because you can't see them. You can't see them, so you don't know what they're saying, anyways. So you don't have to ignore them because you don't know they're there. Of course, on Pale Talk, you actually can block them and they can't get into the room. Like you lock them out, literally. And maybe someday, who knows if YouTube lasts that long, they will figure that out and actually learn that if people could block people completely and they couldn't watch their room or pop in different names. Because that's the other thing. I don't think on Pale Talk you could take on more than a certain amount of names. So you were doomed after you were blocked on like three of your names. That was it for you, if I remember right. I don't know. It was so long ago. I haven't been on Pale Talk in forever. There just wasn't really anything drawing me there. Wow. So now I know kind of what you're saying, Connie. I don't think you need to worry about it. It's not your life. You don't pay our doctor bills. You're not the one driving people to the doctor, so it doesn't really concern you. Yeah, I know, Marley. I mean, I guess just block her if she's annoying you. But she's been around bothering us for years now, literally years. I think it's her hobby. Find a new hobby, Connie. New hobby. Something more fruitful and beneficial to others would be good. You're a sleepy cat. Aw, thank you, Marley. I appreciate that you still like me. I honestly don't think I did anything to not be liked, not recently, anyways. Maybe years and years ago. But I'm not that person anymore either, so I think people change as they get older and as time goes on and they learn. You didn't disrupt any chat, honey. You're fine. I appreciate you jumping in on something I couldn't see anyway. I guess she would have known eventually I couldn't see her when I didn't respond. No, I just encourage you, if you like coming in my chat and you see me on, just block whoever's being annoying so they're not disturbing you. Then you won't see them and you won't have to worry about it. But yeah, if you can see them, it's going to get on your nerves. Good, Marley, good. Oh, lots of people do that, honey. Their versions of the truth and stuff. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm not on here as often as I used to be. But honestly, it doesn't affect me one iota if I can't see it, and therefore I'm ignoring it, I guess, indirectly, so to speak. But I'm fine with you saying whatever you want, honey. You're my husband. You have a right to talk in my room. You also have a wrench, so. Although you don't need to block her with your wrench if you don't want to, because I can't see her. So, yeah. Anyway, life is short, and this world is really messed up. I can tell you. Even driving right now is hazardous where I live. I can't tell you how many times I have had somebody tailgate me all the way home on a main highway, like a busy main highway, and people that just want to like weave in and out around your car when you're driving down the road. Scary stuff. And I can't drive in the dark anyways right now because I don't have back lights, which I have a mechanic guy that's trying to work on that, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet because he hasn't figured it out. So I just drive the car in the daytime. That's good enough. I don't need to drive at night, I guess. There's not really anything to do at night. And at night, I prefer to be at home because I think it's safer for me anyway. Mr. Maverick's here purring away, aren't you, Mavy? He's a happy camper. Ooh, okay. My husband is going to bat here. I'm just going to let him deal with whatever he needs to deal with there. Oh, Southern California. Yeah, I bet it is nice there. It's nice here too. It's very sunshiny and beautiful out. Yeah, that's smart, Marley. Where'd Maritza go? She stopped talking. Maybe she left. I don't think my husband would ever be homeless. He has a family, he's got friends. I don't think that would ever be an issue. And he wouldn't be homeless. Okay, let's just say something happened that we split. I would never kick him out. So he probably would live with me even if I had a boyfriend or a significant other or whatever. I wouldn't kick him out. I don't have a heart to do that. I don't know where he would stay. There's not a whole lot of room here, but there's not much of a chance of that happening, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. I know it has been beastly hot for the last couple months for sure, so I'm enjoying the break in the heat too. Definitely. And I think the kitties are too, because then they can go outside and get a nice fresh breeze. Where are you going, buddy? You didn't knock anything down. Mommy did that, I think. You're okay, Mav. Do, 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 do. You like sitting on my journal, huh? Trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you. Anything else that's happening in our world. I don't know. I don't know of anything. Not sure. Just like I said, the wedding's coming up. That's going to be fun. I hope they have dancing and stuff at the reception. I'm going to get my husband to dance with me. I've been wanting to go out to dance with my hubby, but he hasn't been feeling good. So, plus, we don't have money right now to go out to bars or lounges or whatever you do to dance. I don't know where there's dancing places around here. I don't know. Probably in Iowa, there'd be dancing places. Look at this happy cat. Ain't so happy with your big smile. Yeah, you're Russian blue, huh? You got that big smile that Russian blues get. You're so sleepy, too. Why are you sleepy? Did you work hard today, huh? Chasing mousies outside or something? Did you? Yeah. You hear him purring? He is the loudest purr. Yeah, man. So Mavi has decided that he belongs to me, and Bo has decided he belongs to Matthew. They have chosen their owners. Oh, is she having a fit about your TV now? No, there goes my phone alarm going off. Are you in the bedroom? Can you bring me my phone, possibly? Oh, that again. No, he's not on the list. Nope, not. That's a big rumor going on and people doctoring documents like they do, trying to prove things that aren't true, trying to stir up trouble. Yeah, he's a beautiful boy. Well, I'm not really going to ignore any comments like that if they're directed to my husband because I'm going to defend my husband because it's my husband and I love him. Did I lie? Are you saying I lied? Oh, well, you said she. I didn't know what you were talking about. Sorry. I'm like, I don't lie. I don't know what you're saying I lied about. I live by faith. I don't lie, though. But some people think living by faith, calling things that be not as though they are, is like a lie. So I guess in the world's eyes, that would be like a lie, but not in God's eyes. I'm going to write something down real quick. Oh, man. Just so y'all know, not that you need to know this, and I might have said it already anyways. Your fasting glucose when you wake up in the morning, if you're not diabetic, should be 100 or below that. If you test your sugars 2 hours after, it should be 90 to 110. If you test 5 hours or more, it should be 70 to 90. Hold on, guys. I'm going to go get my phone. I'll be right back. Oh, no. Oh, it's Amy. It was Amy calling me. I'll tell her she can chat with me a minute. I'm online live. Can't talk on the phone at the moment. Yep, she can see how she wants to see. Whatever. You don't need to be in here, Connie. I've told you that before. If you think I'm ungodly, then why waste your time with me? Actually, God's the only one that knows if I'm godly or not. Anyways, he's the only one that knows if anybody's godly or not. Although by their fruit you shall know them, and my fruit hasn't been bad, so not really sure why you would say I'm ungodly anyway. Anywho, just like old times. Thanks, Connie, for bringing me back to the realization of why I'm hardly ever on here anymore. You're one of the reasons. There's so many other rooms you could hang out in, too, actually. Many other hating rooms. Negative rooms. Mine is not a negative room, so I'm not sure what your issue is. By the way, the Bible talks about how a merry heart is like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. I've actually seen people get sick and have problems from being bitter and negative. So you might want to keep that in mind. Just saying. That applies to anybody. Anybody harboring bitterness and anger and negative emotions. It's not healthy for the body. It's not the natural way of the body, I don't think, to be negative constantly like that. I don't think Amy left me a message either. Told her I could text, but she's not texting, so I'm not sure what's going on here. There are 22 people in here. 21 people. 7 thumbs. Thank you for the thumbs, by the way. That's really nice of you. Being that you can see somebody in here hating on me, thumbs mean a lot right now. Anyway, Marley, what are your plans for the week if you're still here and haven't been chased off in some way, shape, or form? What you got going on this week? Oh, actually, I can look on my phone now and see what I got going on this week. I don't even know. What do I have going on this week? Calendar. That's what I want. Hmm. Just the wedding and therapy looks like this month. Nothing else. That's all. That's all I got going on this month. Ooh, and then Jesse Duplantis is coming next month on the 16th at a church I used to go to. So I'm going to go there. So that'll be cool. But yeah, not much happening in October, really. Well, Connie, this is the deal. What really matters is how God sees me, not how you see me. You're nobody to me. I don't know you. I will probably never meet you. And anytime you're around me, you're negative and nasty to me. So why should I care what you think of me? I only have to please him and serve him. I don't have to please you. And I wouldn't try if I needed to please you. I probably would just give up because there is no pleasing you. I don't even know what it is that's your standard that I don't live up to anyway. So, and like I said, it doesn't matter because your standard is not what I live according to. No, I've never made a mistake in my life. I am perfect and flawless. I am working through stuff right now. That's why I'm going to the Valiant Women's group so I can learn to be a more valiant woman. I think Connie just needed to talk today. She just needed to be heard or seen, I guess, in this case. Get it all out, Connie. They say the confession is good for the soul. You've apparently been bottling it for a while, and now it's just time to spew it forth, I guess. I think I lost Marley. Maritza left a long time ago, apparently, or just got quiet. Oh well. Okay, well. Oh, there, Marley said she's out for today. Okay, Marley. Well, I'll see you later then. No, I'm not going to ignore people anymore as far as like if they're saying things directly about me or my husband or to me. I have a right to have a voice and I'm going to have a voice. So I may not be able to do anything further than that, but I'm definitely going to have a voice. I'm done being quiet. I don't need to be. Everybody else speaks up for themselves. I'm going to speak up for mine. I'm not running scared and I'm not hiding and I'm not going to ignore. So if you got an issue with me, then bring it here, I guess. Oh, she did leave me a voicemail. Let me see what her voicemail says. That is a phone number, not a voicemail. I do judge. So that's not necessarily true. Judgment begins in the house of the Lord. You already know my stand on that, honey. We're supposed to judge. I've already done videos on that. People should know that by now about me. Will you stop knocking my water over? Oh my gosh, you're the reason why it's spilling. Momo. Yeah, she didn't leave me much of a message. What? What? I mean, it's Sunday. I could pull the Bible out and preach about this, but I'm not going to. There are plenty of scriptures that tell us to judge, and plenty of scriptures that talk about condemning the tongues that rise up against you. So, yeah, you don't really want to go there with me. Anybody else here want to talk about anything at all? If not, I might just go and call Amy back. And I think Amber called me too, which is a much more fruitful and rewarding way to spend my time than watching an invisible person attack me behind the scenes. Because you probably will never be unblocked again, Connie. I've learned my lesson with you and with somebody else that's going to stay blocked forever. I don't deserve the vitriol and the garbage that you spew my way. So I have no need to see your name or your messages whatsoever. Otherwise, I mean, if my husband's talking to you and he's posting something, then obviously I'll comment. But other than that, you won't ever have a voice in my presence as far as being seen. I'm not going to welcome that because I don't have to. And frankly, I don't deserve it. Anyway, I guess that's it. Looks like the chat has stopped, and I guess I'll close down the room since nobody else wants to say anything. Okay. All right. Y'all have a good night. Be blessed. Sorry if this disturbed anybody, but welcome to YouTube. That is what goes on, especially with me, because people have their opinions about me. Many that are not favorable based on a bunch of lies and exaggerations and embellishments and twists and turns and everything. And many of them that just can't let go of the past of who I used to be, which I haven't been in years. But I'm not coming on here as the past person. I'm coming on here as who I am now. And I'll be back when I'm back, I guess. I can't guarantee when that'll be, but I definitely will be doing posts and I'll be reposting videos as I have been, putting them back up on my channel as I watch them and make sure there's nothing, you know, that anybody's going to go ballistic over or whatever. Or maybe you will anyways. I don't know. I'll try to watch them as best as I can. And, I make no definite guarantees. I'm a busy person. I don't have time to watch every single little thing I say on a video, but I will post when I can, and I'll be doing shorts, and I'll be back on the chat someday at some point when someone else says, hey, we miss you. Come on and talk. You got one of the best and kindest and safest rooms on YouTube. So come on back and talk. Anyway, I'll be waiting for the next person to email me and let me know that before I go live again, as usual. All right, everybody, have a great night. Connie, go repent. Stop being so bitter, because what you sow, you will also reap. Be blessed, everybody. Shalom.